111 years ago, E.M. Forster published a short story, The Machine Stops, 1909, the Oxford and Cambridge Review, about a futuristic scenario in which a mysterious machine controls everything, from food supply to information technologies. In a situation that evokes internet and digital media events of today, in this dystopia, all communication is remote and face-to-face meetings no longer happen. The machine controls the mindset, as it makes everybody dependent on it. In the short story, when the machine stops working, society collapses. The story raises many questions, still relevant today, about the impact of digital media and related technology on our brains. This issue of Dialogues in Clinical Neuroscience explores in a multifaceted manner how, by what means, and with what possible effects digital media use affects brain function for the good, the bad, and the ugly sides of human existence. In the UK alone, according to data collected by a regulatory agency for communication, 95% of people aged 16 to 24 years old own a smartphone and check it on average every 12 minutes. Estimates suggest that 20% of all adults are online more than 40 hours per week. Social media has the ability to both capture and scatter your attention. With a simple refresh, constant new information is at your fingertips. Through a process called variable ratio reinforcement, you are constantly excited and rewarded to see fresh new posts. Studies show this ability to capture your attention has an adverse effect on your brain. 2.5 hours of social media is about the same amount of time it would take to drive to New York from Philadelphia, run a half marathon, or watch any of the Harry Potter movies. What you do each day can change your brain's structure and how it processes information. Heavy social media users perform worse on cognitive tests, especially those that examine their attention and ability to multitask. Compared to moderate to light social media users, heavy users need to exert more effort to remain focused in the face of distraction. Researchers hypothesize that since social media is easily accessible and competes for your attention with the promise of perpetual new content, heavy social media users become less able to ignore distraction in general. Not only does this lead to poorer cognitive performance, but it shrinks parts of the brain associated with maintaining attention. Beyond lowering your ability to maintain your attention on any one selected topic, social media makes you addicted to your screens. It provides immediate rewards in the form of a dopamine release, the happy hormone, every time you post or get a notification from the app. This constant barrage of shallow rewards rewires your brain to want more of what caused that dopamine release, which leads to social media addiction. Studies show that the brain scans of heavy social media users look very similar to those addicted to drugs or gambling. Research also shows that heavy social media use is linked with memory deficits, especially in your transactive memory. This kind of memory involves deciding what information is important enough to store in your brain and what information can be outsourced. There are myriad positive aspects to social media, including new friendships, career opportunities, exposure, and connection to new cultures and movements, just to name a few. However, science tells us how important it is to be aware of and guard against social media's negative impacts, as they are, quite literally, shrinking your brain. All right, you're convinced. A social media detox is calling your name. But how do you go about it? We've compiled a list of actionable tips you can implement today. Schedule some downtime. Is your phone the last thing you look at before going to sleep and the first thing you reach for in the morning? Break the cycle by setting a digital curfew an hour before bed to unwind naturally and ensure better sleep quality. Set time limits on apps. Most smartphones have built-in features that allow you to limit the amount of time you spend on specific apps. Take advantage of this by setting daily limits for your most used social media platforms. Gradually reduce social media usage. Going cold turkey may be overwhelming. Try reducing your social media time in increments. Start with a 2-hour break and gradually increase to a full day or weekend. Tell your friends and followers an announcement can make your commitment more real and keep you accountable. You may even inspire others to join you in the detox. Engage in offline activities. Use the time you gain from staying off social media to engage in offline activities that make you happy, whether it's reading, going for a hike, or meditating. Remove social media apps, out of sight, out of mind. Uninstalling social media apps from your phone can provide a layer of detachment. You can always reinstall them after your detox period. Be mindful of replacements. Swapping one digital distraction for another is easy. If you find yourself aimlessly browsing the web or diving into a YouTube rabbit hole, refocus your energy toward more constructive activities. Reevaluate and unfollow. Use this detox period to think about what you want to get from social media. When you return, unfollow accounts that aren't adding value to your life or causing stress. Understand the science behind social media addiction. The most important step in detoxing from social media is understanding why it's so addicting in the first place. Getting educated about why you keep reaching for your phone, checking your apps, and scrolling mindlessly will help you to break the habit.